Welcome to NarrativeNook audio tales where enchanted stories come to life. If you enjoy our stories, please subscribe, like and share to support our channel. Enjoy listening.
Seeing Ella's dilemma, Emma desperately shook her head, signaling for him not to give in to Everett's manipulation and not to sign the document. Even though she didn't know what it was, she understood it was definitely detrimental to Ella. She didn't want Ella to be compromised, nor did she want to see Ella being controlled because of her. "You'd better not make a fuss. It's better for you that way," Doretta whispered menacingly close. Emma, with eyes full of pain, looked at Doretta and said, "I shouldn't have taken you in." She had been so kind to Doretta, even considering her as a potential daughter-in-law, but Doretta betrayed them. "Enough talk, shut up," Doretta warned. "Bring her over," Everett commanded, and Doretta led Emma out of the car. Ella's eyes instantly reddened, and he stepped forward to grasp Emma, asking, "Mom, are you okay?" "I'm fine." Emma shook her head and held onto Ella, insisting, "Do not sign the papers. Don't give in to him." "Huh. Do you think you still have a choice?" Everett mocked. "If you don't sign, neither of you will be going back today." His patience was wearing thin, and he didn't have the luxury of time to keep up with their resistance. Emma's face turned pale. She instinctively clutched Ella's arm. "Mom, don't be scared." Ella positioned Emma behind him. He glared at Everett and said, "I can only give you Bay Corp, nothing more. You think you have the bargaining power here?" Everett had lost all patience, his tone menacing. "Take this woman and throw her into the river." Suddenly, two figures emerged from the shadows, shoving Ella aside as they attempted to drag Emma away. "Stop, let her go." Ella struggled desperately to reach Emma, but alone he wasn't strong enough. He watched in agony as Emma was pulled further away, her screams tearing at his heart. "Mom!" Ella tried to pursue, but Doretta blocked his path. "Get out of my way." Ella glared at Doretta furiously, unable to break free from her grasp. A loud cry echoed through the area as the men holding Emma were caught off guard. One clutched his bleeding face, while the other scanned the surroundings warily. Tension froze everyone in place, with the injured man's bloodied face the only evidence of the sudden attack. "You've got some nerve," Everett sneered. "You've followed us here. Come out then, let's see how you plan to save them on your own." Another shout rang out as the second man holding Emma collapsed to his knees. Then Patricia appeared, swiftly pushing Emma toward Ella, urging, "Take Mrs. Riddle and go." Launching herself at Everett, Patricia tried to buy time for Ella to escape. But just as she intervened, several more assailants in black appeared, enclosing them once again. "Thinking of leaving?" "Once you're here, you're staying," Everett declared, managing to dodge Patricia's attack and stepping out of the encirclement. Patricia's gaze darkened. Regardless of the odds, she had to ensure Ella and Emma got away. Quickly strategizing, Patricia attacked the assailant closest to Ella and Emma, creating an opening. She positioned herself protectively in front of them, fighting while slowly retreating. Aware of their precarious situation, she whispered urgently to Ella, "Get Mrs. Riddle out of here fast. I can't hold them off much longer." Facing multiple adversaries while trying to safeguard Ella and Emma was overwhelming her. "No, we can't leave you behind," Emma expressed her deep concern. If something were to happen to her, they would be haunted by guilt forever. "Mrs. Riddle, please go. Once you're safe, I'll find a way to escape," Patricia urgently shouted, clearly struggling to hold on. "You must come back safely," Ella gritted his teeth, pulling Emma away with him. "Patricia." Emma was still worried about Patricia, her eyes reddening with urgency. After escaping the parking basement, Ella put Emma in a taxi. "Mom, Dad is in the hospital. You go home first." "I'm going back to save Patricia," Ella said, turning and rushing back to the parking basement. He knew that their staying wouldn't have helped Patricia. It was necessary for Emma to leave first. However, he couldn't abandon Patricia alone. He had to go back. "Ella." Tears instantly welled up in Emma's eyes as she watched Ella dash back into danger, biting back the words urging him to return. Returning to the parking basement, Ella saw Patricia injured, her movements becoming increasingly sluggish. His heart ached immensely at the sight. Ah! Patricia was kicked again, this time in the chest, causing her to stagger backward in pain. Just as she was about to fall, Ella caught her. Falling into a familiar embrace, Patricia was shocked. "Why did you come back?" "Don't worry, my mom is safe now," Ella said, steadying Patricia. "I wanted to be here with you." Patricia glared at him. "You're not helping by being here, why come back?" Her inner voice was filled with exasperation. Doesn't he realize how dangerous it is to return? He actually came back after escaping. What a fool. "I just can't let anything happen to you," Ella insisted. "Go back," Patricia shouted, pushing Ella aside and then raising her foot to kick the assailant who had just charged at them. Ella, still reeling, saw another assailant approaching and braced himself, closing his eyes and charging with all his might. Surprisingly, brute force proved effective as the assailant was caught off guard and tumbled to the ground. Seizing the opportunity, Ella launched a flurry of punches and kicks. Though lacking technique, his attacks overwhelmed the assailant, who could only howl in pain. Patricia was taken aback, but she couldn't focus on Ella as another punch was already coming her way. The night was deep and tense. The hospital lights were off, visiting hours over. The group, without any news and reluctant to leave the hospital, waited in the courtyard. "Nicole, they haven't come back for so long. Could it be?" Lulu's voice broke, her anxiety palpable. "Charlie hasn't sent any news back. Let's wait a bit longer," Nicole said, her expression somber yet clinging to hope. She knew that if anything had happened to Ella and Patricia, Charlie would have been informed and wouldn't have kept it from her. "At least Emma is safe," Lulu said, glancing toward Dexter's hospital room. Emma had returned safely and was now resting in the hospital room. They could only wait outside for news, unable to return home without any updates. Suddenly, 2 cars drove into the courtyard and stopped in front of the group. Jared and Spencer got out of the cars and approached Nicole and Lulu. "There's no news yet," Nicole said, looking up at Jared. Her calm tone belied the anxiety beneath. Nicole was restless, trying not to think the worst. Jared gently embraced her, saying, "Don't worry, they'll be all right." Spencer glanced at Emery and suggested, "You should go back first. We'll stay here." "I wouldn't be able to sleep anyway. I'd rather wait a bit longer," Emery replied, his expression somber. Though unspoken, everyone understood the grim reality. Given the time that had elapsed, Ella and Patricia might be in danger, and now they were waiting for a miracle. "Spencer, the rest don't know yet, right?" Lulu asked. "Yeah, we've kept it from them for now," Spencer confirmed. Lulu clasped her hands together, looking up and murmuring, "I hope Ella and Patricia come back safely. If they returned unharmed, they could pretend this incident never happened. But if something had gone wrong, it would be unbearable to face tomorrow." "There's someone coming." The conversation was interrupted by the sound of staggering footsteps. Looking up, they saw 2 figures leaning on each other, making their way toward them. Patricia, Ella. The group quickly went forward to meet them. Both Ella and Patricia were bloodied and looked disheveled. "Are you all right?" Lulu asked anxiously. "Get them to the emergency room," Nicole said, prioritizing their well-being over the need to know what had happened. "Okay," they all agreed, rushing Ella and Patricia to the emergency room. As Ella and Patricia were treated inside, the rest waited anxiously outside. Nicole, considering their condition, escaping must have been tough. One could only imagine the severity of the situation given their injuries. "Lulu, don't worry, let's wait for them to come out and then we can ask about the details," Spencer said, holding her gently, trying to soothe her anxious emotions. "Charlie hasn't sent any news either. What exactly happened?" Nicole frowned slightly, her concern evident. She had sent Charlie to back up Patricia, but only Patricia and Ella had returned, with no word from Charlie. Did his men manage to capture Everett? How did Patricia and Ella return with such serious injuries? Amidst the swirling confusion, Everyone was anxious but remained quietly waiting. They could only hope to get answers once Patricia and Ella were out of treatment. It felt like an eternity, but finally, the doors to the emergency room opened. Patricia came out first, her wounds treated but her face still very pale. "Let's go to the ward first," Lulu urged. "Let her rest. Spencer and I will wait here." "All right then," Nicole agreed, helping to move Patricia along with the nurse to the ward. As Lulu watched Patricia being wheeled away, she felt a twinge of emotion, her eyes welling up with tears. "If you're worried about her, go and see her." "I'll stay here," Emery suggested. "It's okay, I'll wait for Ella." His injuries seemed even more severe than Patricia's. While she was indeed curious about what had transpired, with Nicole and Jared there, they would likely get to the bottom of it. She decided to wait a bit longer. Ella could also inform her. Meanwhile, Patricia was now in the ward. After the nurse left, Nicole and Jared stood beside the bed, looking down at Patricia. Nicole asked, "What exactly happened? How did you and Ella end up like this? And how did you manage to escape? Where is Charlie?" Patricia's voice was subdued as she slightly bit her lip, recalling the harrowing events. "We had already arranged for Ella and Mrs. Riddle to escape first. But after sending Mrs. Riddle off, Ella returned to the parking lot. Even though he isn't skilled in combat, he didn't hold us back." Patricia paused, the memory of Ella's selfless bravery warming her heart. She had to admit that if Ella hadn't returned, she might not have been able to hold on until Charlie arrived with backup. Nicole nodded, understanding the gravity of the situation even though Patricia hadn't detailed everything explicitly. She could imagine the dire circumstances they must have faced. "What about Charlie?" Nicole asked, piecing together that Charlie must have arrived in time to assist them, which is why they were able to escape. "I don't know," Patricia shook her head. "He told Ella and me to go ahead. Seeing Ella in bad shape, staying would have only hindered their efforts, so we left. Staying would have meant Charlie splitting his focus to protect them, which wouldn't have been advantageous. Hence, she decided to take Ella and leave first, hoping this would allow Charlie to concentrate on dealing with Everett. Given your skills, managing to hold off until Charlie's arrival suggests their forces weren't invincible. So why hasn't Charlie returned? Could he have encountered something else? Nicole speculated. Patricia pondered. Her complexion turned pale as she thought aloud. Could it be? Aquila has shown up. The only one she could think of who might stop Charlie was Aquila. "It's a possibility we cannot dismiss," Nicole said, her expression growing more serious. "I need to go check," Patricia said, feeling restless at the mention of Aquila, finding it impossible to stay put. As Patricia attempted to get up, Nicole firmly held her back, saying, "Going now won't change anything." Whether Aquila appeared or something happened to Charlie, Nicole felt it was too late for Patricia to intervene. She might not even catch a glimpse of them. Patricia had barely escaped. Her priority should be to rest and recover. "Ms. Riddle, I must go," Patricia insisted, her eyes reddening with urgency, regretting leaving Charlie behind. She thought she should have let Ella go alone and stayed to assist Charlie. "I'll have Zane send people to look for him. Right now, you need to rest here," Nicole commanded firmly, her tone leaving no room for argument. After a moment of internal struggle, Patricia reluctantly agreed. "Okay." Nicole looked thoughtful. Charlie's absence didn't necessarily mean trouble. Perhaps, after making sure Patricia and Ella were safe, he had found a way to get out of the situation. She considered that if Charlie had fallen into Everett's hands, Everett would likely have already made contact. But why hasn't Charlie reached out to us? Could there be something preventing him? "Patricia, how are you?" The quiet ward was suddenly disturbed by the sound of the door opening, followed by Ella being wheeled in by Emery. "Why aren't you resting in your room?" Nicole frowned. Ella, more severely injured than Patricia, insisted on checking on her. "He insisted on seeing Patricia," Lulu said, her tone conveying helplessness. As they spoke, Ella had already approached the bedside, his voice filled with concern as he asked Patricia, "Are you okay?" "I'm fine," You should go and rest. Your injuries are worse than mine, Patricia urged Ella, relieved to see his wounds were treated, emphasizing that he needed to rest now. Ella relaxed and smiled, saying, "I'm all right." Patricia's eyes welled up seeing his carefree grin. It was this very person, fiercely determined to protect her, that deeply touched her heart. Ouch! Ella suddenly yelped, then looked at Nicole with a mix of annoyance and complained, "Why did you press on my wound? If you're all right, why the scream?" Nicole retorted with a hint of disdain. She thought that both of them needed rest, and yet here they were, not taking their injuries seriously and trying to act tough. Ella, looking a bit dejected, drooped his head and said, "I just wanted to check on Patricia." "You've seen her, now go back and rest," Nicole instructed firmly, her eyes conveying serious concern. Realizing Nicole was unbending in her stance, Ella acquiesced quietly. "I'll take him back to his room," Emery offered, wheeling Ella away. Ella glanced back, his eyes lingering on Patricia until he was out of the ward and the door closed behind him. "He really is worried about you," Lulu commented, looking at Patricia. "Yeah," Patricia nodded, acknowledging the sentiment but also recognizing the importance of prioritizing their health. Now that both were safe, it was crucial they recuperated fully to ensure peace of mind. "I'll stay with you tonight," Lulu volunteered eagerly, considering Patricia's condition and deciding it would be best if someone was there to assist her. After her offer, Lulu turned to Spencer. "You can go back, I'll stay here." "That's good. I'll bring you guys breakfast tomorrow," Spencer agreed. Seeing it was getting late, Nicole, having made sure Patricia and Lulu were settled, left with Jared. Spencer gave one last reminder and then followed Nicole and Jared out. "Patricia, if you need anything, just call me," Lulu reminded her warmly. "Thank you," Patricia expressed her gratitude, appreciative of Lulu staying to look after her. "Don't mention it. Who knows, you might officially become Ella's wife soon, and then we're all family." "There's no need for formalities among family," Lulu said with a smile. Patricia's cheeks flushed with a hint of red as she muttered, "Don't start with that." Why be shy? It's clear Ella would go to great lengths for you," Lulu teased. "Let's not talk about this anymore." "I need to rest," Patricia quickly changed the subject, feeling increasingly bashful with Lulu's comments. "All right, you rest. I'll be right here with you," Lulu responded, ceasing her teasing and moving to the attendant's bed. Patricia breathed a sigh of relief, but sleep eluded her. Her mind replayed Ella's return and his relentless determination to protect her. Unlock secret odds that could change how you bet forever. Tonight's fixtures hold stunning value. Discover the opportunity. Unlock hidden odds. Today's fixtures reveal shocking surprises. Meanwhile, Nicole and Jared were in their car. Spencer approached them quietly, asking, "There's really no problem, right?" "We'll handle it," Nicole responded, her expression somewhat grim. "All right then, I won't pry further. I'll head back now and come by early tomorrow," Spencer replied. Nicole nodded in acknowledgement, and Spencer turned to leave. "What exactly happened to Charlie?" Nicole asked Jared, her voice laden with concern. "Don't worry, he'll be fine," Jared comforted her, suggesting that no news might actually be good news in this case. Nicole bit her lip slightly, her brow furrowing as she said, "Even if Charlie is safe, the lack of news probably means they didn't catch Everett." She was somewhat surprised by how elusive Everett had proven to be. Sensing her concern, Jared took Nicole's hand gently, reassuring her, "Everything will become clear once Charlie returns." "Yeah," Nicole nodded, knowing all they could do now was wait for news. "Let's rest for a while," Jared suggested, holding Nicole close. She leaned her head on his shoulder and closed her eyes. By the time they arrived back at the Riddle residence, it was nearing midnight. The house was quiet, with only a few lights left on for Nicole and Jared's return. Seeing Nicole asleep, Jared didn't wake her. Instead, he gently lifted her from the car, holding her close as they headed inside. Nicole, nestled comfortably in his embrace, snuggled closer, contentedly drifting back to sleep. Jared, with a tender smile, carried her to their room, setting her down gently. As dawn broke, a new day began, and Nicole woke feeling somewhat refreshed. Daddy, Mommy, Nolan and Lonna, having not waited up for Nicole and Jared the previous night, came into their room early in the morning. Greeting her two children, Nicole smiled. "You're both up early. Mommy, what were you doing that you came back so late?" Lonna asked, tilting her head. "Just some work stuff," Nicole replied, not wanting to worry Lonna with the actual events and choosing a simple explanation instead. "Let's go downstairs for breakfast," Jared said, lifting Lonna in his arms and leading the way out of the room. Nicole followed with Nolan, heading down to the dining room where Daniel, Gloria, and Stanley were already seated. Their silent exchange of glances conveyed everything. Nicole realized the family was aware of the situation at the Dexter household. Everything went well. No need to worry, Nicole reassured them. While she didn't go into details, she knew her family understood the message. No one asked more questions, probably to avoid alarming Nolan and Lonna, choosing to keep things normal. "That's good to hear," Daniel responded, relieved by Nicole's assurance. Gloria sighed in relief and invited everyone to start their breakfast, internally planning. After breakfast, once Nicole and Jared drop Nolan and Lonna at school, we should visit the hospital. Everyone began to eat quietly, deliberately avoiding any further discussion about the previous day's events. After breakfast, Nicole and Jared left with Nolan and Lonna. Stanley stood up suggesting, "Dad, Mom, I'll drive you to there. Let's visit them together." They then departed from the Riddle residence. When Nicole and Jared visited the hospital, they found only Ella, Patricia, and Emery there. Patricia, whose injuries were less severe and recovering well, could walk by herself. After her morning breakfast, she had asked Lulu to leave with Spencer, knowing Nicole would come to the hospital later and that Lulu was needed at Riddle Corporation. Now, she was in Ella's room. "My parents are fine, so I had them discharged and return home. Uncle Daniel and Gloria went back with them," Emery informed. "That's good. There's no need for everyone to stay at the hospital," Nicole agreed. Patricia then inquired, "Ms. Riddle, is there any news about Charlie?" "Not yet," Nicole replied, her expression growing more serious. The absence of any news from Charlie, with Zane also unable to track his whereabouts, raised concerns about what could have happened. How could this be? Patricia's face turned pale with worry for Charlie. Could it be that Charlie is planning something, making it inconvenient for him to show up? Emery speculated, considering the lack of any trace of him might indicate he was intentionally staying hidden and unable to contact them. Zane has arranged for people to investigate the parking lot, hoping to find some clues, Nicole mentioned. She felt all their current theories were speculative, with outcomes possibly ranging from positive to negative. What about the team members who went with Charlie? Is there no news from them either? Ella asked, frowning. Ella felt that if Everett was going to arrest someone, it couldn't possibly be that many people, right? "There's no one." Nicole shook her head, finding the situation truly bizarre. Could it be that Emery is right? Ella felt there was still hope. In truth, he also didn't want anything bad to happen to Charlie. After all, Patricia would be devastated. So, he preferred to think positively, not daring to contemplate the worst. Nicole frowned slightly. Emery's speculation made some sense, but since it couldn't be confirmed, they remained somewhat anxious. "Should we wait a bit longer?" Ella suggested tentatively. Nicole glanced at Ella and instructed, "You should rest well. We'll handle the rest." "Okay." Ella nodded, understanding he couldn't be of much help now. His priority was to recover as soon as possible. "Mr. Johnston, Ms. Riddle, my brother." Patricia looked at Nicole and Jared, her words trailing off with hesitation. Nicole patted Patricia's shoulder reassuringly. "Don't worry, it'll be all right." She believed that everyone's analysis was somewhat valid, and Jared had also mentioned that no news might indeed be good news. Moreover, it wasn't just Charlie who was missing, but his team members and even Everett, so perhaps there was a chance for a turnaround. While they were discussing, Nicole's phone rang. She answered, spoke a few words, and then hung up. "I need to go to the office. There might be some news. Nicole said, then taking Jared with her, added, "It's Zane, let's check it out." With the situation here stable, she felt relieved, just waiting for Ella and Patricia to recover fully so they could be discharged. But they had more pressing matters to attend to, namely the situation with Charlie and Everett. "After she's gone, I'll take care of him. You should head back too," Patricia said to Emery after Nicole left. Emery's hesitance was evident, but after Patricia assured him of her capability to manage, he agreed, reminding her, "All right, but remember, you can call US anytime if needed." Every member of the family would rush over at a moment's notice. Patricia nodded in acknowledgement. After Emery left, Patricia sat beside Ella's hospital bed, her demeanor reflecting her inner turmoil. Nicole and Jared have gone there. If there's any news of Charlie, they'll ensure his safe return, Ella tried to comfort Patricia. She looked at him, nodding slightly, her anxiety slightly quelled but still present. Ella gently took her hand, reassuring her. "He protected us and got us out. I trust he can protect himself too. Plus, his squad members are with him. They wouldn't let anything happen to him." Understanding her anxiety, Ella did his best to offer consolation. As Patricia met Ella's concerned gaze, her heart skipped a beat. Instinctively, she withdrew her hand, murmuring softly, "I'm fine, you should rest." The moment her hand slipped away, Ella looked momentarily startled, a sense of emptiness crossing his heart. "I'm sorry, I was just concerned about you," he said, his voice tinged with a trace of melancholy. "I didn't mean." Patricia started to clarify, noticing the misunderstanding, but stopped midway, finding it awkward to explain. Feeling unsettled, she quickly excused herself. "I'm going to check on your test results." She then quickly left the room, leaving Ella with a complex look in his eyes. He pondered her evident concern for him the night before and her protective instincts, yet he was confused about her sudden withdrawal. Once outside the room, Patricia leaned against the corridor wall, trying to calm her racing heart, her mind drifting into a whirl of thoughts. Nicole and Jared had arrived at the Riddle Corporation. Zane was already there when they entered the office, and Lulu, upon noticing Nicole's arrival, promptly excused herself. "You came in person." Nicole expressed her surprise. "Don't worry, I just happened to be passing through San Giotto, so I stopped by," Zane replied with a gentle tone in his eyes. Guessing that Zane was on another mission, Nicole didn't press further and directly inquired, "Any news about Charlie?" "They've checked already. There's nothing unusual around the parking lot, but they found a night security guard knocked out in the control room," Zane explained. Nicole nodded, already suspecting that the absence of security last night was due to an assault. "Can we confirm if Aquila was involved?" Nicole continued her questioning. Their primary concern was whether Aquila had appeared, as his presence could imply that Everett might have escaped rather than being captured. "It's still unclear, but it seems likely someone helped Everett," Zane stated, his expression turning grave. "What did you find?" Nicole prodded, sensing they must have stumbled upon a clue for Zane to make such a remark. Zane sighed and replied, "According to the investigation, there's a portion of the surveillance footage missing from the route leading from Ella's company. It appears to have been deliberately erased." Regrettably, they were too late to recover that particular segment of the footage. Nicole's eyes narrowed slightly as she slowly uttered a name. Jerry. Jerry, a master hacker, was always at Everett's side and certainly had the skills to accomplish this. "Have Preston try to restore it," Jared's deep voice interjected. "He alone might not be able to find much significance in it anymore," Zane said softly. Nicole insisted, "No, he's not alone, maybe they can give it a try." She dialed Preston's number and got straight to the point. "I need your guys' help with something." "Go ahead." Even though Nicole hadn't specified, Preston knew whom she had referred to. After Nicole explained the situation, she said, "I'll have the surveillance data sent to you shortly. See if you can restore it, and the sooner, the better." "Got it," Preston agreed promptly. "I'll wait for your response," Nicole concluded before hanging up. Zane, choosing not to probe further, suggested, "Since that's the case, I'll go check on them too, to see if there are any other clues." All right, Nicole nodded. Let's keep each other updated. Zane stood up, hesitated, and then cautiously broached. In case something happened to Charlie. No, we can't think about in-case scenarios, Nicole firmly interjected. Zane paused, taken aback, then silently left. He understood Nicole's feelings. After all, they had both experienced the loss of important allies before. Jared, holding Nicole tenderly, whispered soothing words. Relax, we need to stay calm at this time. Despite the worry, they couldn't afford to show any weakness. Leaning into Jared's embrace, Nicole clenched her teeth inwardly, experiencing a sense of helplessness for the first time, hoping fervently that Charlie was indeed safe. As evening fell, the lights in the office buildings dimmed one by one, but one office in the Riddle Corporation remained lit. The computer was on, displaying the restored video. Around the desk, several people huddled, watching the screen with intense focus, their expressions serious. Their escape route headed toward Northside? Lulu furrowed her brows. It seems so. Did they go into the mountains? June chimed in, noting that beyond Northside lay expansive wilderness. Zane pondered for a moment and then suggested. Regardless, this at least indicates that Charlie and his team might have pursued Everett into the mountains, hence their current incommunicado status. So, they're out of signal range because they're in the mountains, Samuel agreed. Everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Under the circumstances, this was relatively good news. I'll arrange for backup support right away, Zane declared, stepping aside to make the call. Nicole, scrutinizing the surveillance footage that Preston, Ryder, and Gary had restored, narrowed her eyes thoughtfully. It seemed that after Eiler and Patricia had escaped, Charlie had a chance to capture Everett, but Aquila unexpectedly intervened, helping Everett escape. Charlie then pursued them, and there had been no news since. Max has also taken a team out there. We'll get some news, Jared reassured, patting Nicole on the shoulder. Right. Nicole's gaze hardened, feeling confident that Everett wouldn't manage to elude them this time. Even with Aquila's formidable skills, it was improbable he could outmaneuver their combined forces. Turning to Spencer and Lulu, Nicole expressed her concern. You've both been under a lot of strain these past few days. Go get some rest. I'm okay, Lulu insisted, wanting to stay and wait for updates. Spencer gently urged her. Let's rest now. Nicole will inform us if there's any news. You look exhausted. You won't be able to help if you wear yourself out. June also supported the idea. Go rest, Nicole advised. I'm likely to stay here through the night, and will need you fresh for tomorrow's tasks. With a sigh, Lulu relented. All right then. We'll head back too. If you need anything, make sure to call us immediately, June instructed Nicole before leaving. Nicole offered a reassuring smile. All right, I'll keep you updated. Soon after, Spencer, Samuel, Lulu, and June departed, leaving Nicole in the office with Zane and the others. Returning from his call, Zane reported, "Everything is arranged." "We have to catch Everett this time," Preston said through gritted teeth, his frustration palpable. Everett harmed Grandpa before, and now he's targeting the entire Riddle family. He's despicable. Max is already en route with his team. They can coordinate with us, Jared mentioned to Zane. Zane nodded affirmatively. Right, we won't let Everett get away this time. Meanwhile, in the mountains, Charlie and his team had been pursuing Aquila and Everett for a day and a night, their energy nearly depleted. Where could Aquila be hiding Everett and that woman? Seth wondered, confused about where their elusive target could be hiding from their relentless pursuit. It seems Aquila had a hiding spot prepared in advance, Charlie speculated, his expression grave. No wonder Aquila fled in this direction after rescuing Everett. He must have planned this. He really is cunning, Seth remarked, shaking his head. If not for Aquila's sudden intervention, they would have captured Everett already, instead of enduring this grueling search. Stay calm, they won't get far, Charlie stated firmly, his voice carrying a sense of resolute determination. Right, we must continue our efforts. We'll find them eventually, Seth agreed. Charlie glanced at his team and said, Once we're well rested, we'll continue. Understood, the team responded, their spirits momentarily buoyed. Observing the sky, Charlie instructed, let's split into 2 groups. Seth, you lead one team, and the rest will come with me. We'll search separately. Yes, sir, the team responded in unison. Charlie looked at his signal-less phone and handed Seth a beacon, saying, use this to contact us if there's any news. Splitting up was necessary to cover more ground, but given Akila's cunning, coordinating their efforts upon finding any clues was crucial. Taking the beacon, Seth confirmed, got it, we're off. With that, Seth led his group to the left while Charlie took his team to the right. Shortly after, the support team at the mountain base arrived. Max's scouts had just returned, and Zane's reinforcements had also reached the location. Both groups exchanged knowing looks before Max suggested, let's hear the updates together. Sure. The scout quickly briefed them. We've confirmed they went up the mountain, and we found markers left by the commander. All right, Max nodded and turned to Zane's team. Let's split into 2 groups, and we can complement each other's numbers. Good, we aren't familiar with the signals your team uses. A member of Zane's team agreed. After quickly strategizing, they divided into 2 groups and proceeded into the mountain. About an hour later, a red flare lit up in the mountain woods. That's the commander's signal, someone shouted. They must have located Everett and Akila. Let's move quickly to back them up, Max ordered without hesitation. Both groups hurried toward the signal's source at a rapid pace. Upon converging, they found only Charlie and a few of his team members. What happened? Max approached, offering support to Charlie. We just located Everett, but he managed to escape again, Charlie explained, grimacing and clutching his abdomen, clearly injured. Let's go after him, Seth immediately proposed, ready to lead a pursuit. One of Zane's team intervened. We'll handle it. You all should go back and recuperate, especially those who are injured. Yes, you all head back, Max concurred, directing his gaze to his team. Coordinate with them, and I'll take Charlie and the injured back for treatment. Understood. With a unanimous response, the 2 groups swiftly took off in the direction Everett had fled. After Max and his team returned to the city, they promptly took Charlie and the other injured members to the hospital for medical attention, while the rest were arranged to rest back at their accommodations. Nicole, Jared, Preston, and Zane, having been informed, were already waiting outside the emergency room. What happened? Nicole asked Max. Akila injured Charlie. I haven't gotten all the details yet, but Charlie was seriously hurt, so I rushed him here for treatment, Max replied. What about the others? Zane inquired, noticing the sparse returnees. The ones Charlie took with him are getting treated for their injuries. The rest have gone back to rest, and some have continued the pursuit, Max informed. Zane nodded. Then we'll wait for more news. With so many on their tail, it seemed unlikely that Everett could escape again. A little while later, Charlie was wheeled out by the nurses. Mr. Johnston, Mrs. Johnston. Charlie was surprised at seeing Nicole and Jared there. Let's get you to a room first, Nicole gestured, indicating they should move on. After settling Charlie into his room, Nicole updated him. Patricia is okay. I haven't informed her about your situation yet, so she's unaware. Thank you. Charlie expressed his gratitude. At this moment, bringing Patricia would only add to her worries, especially since she was also recovering from her injuries.
If you have enjoyed this story, please like and share so others can see it too. Also hit the subscription button and notification bell so you can be notified on our next release. Thank you for your support. God bless you.